Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and it's Ireland against England international break. Might not be the best time, but I tell you what, this game has got a lot at stake. England in Ireland explain to me the Nations League. I mean, I don't know, but to be honest, it's nice to be playing the Irish. I lived there for 3 years. It's a lovely place and they'll be taking the game seriously. I think there'll be a good atmosphere and I think it'll be a good test for England. Plus, we've got Lee Carsley, his first game in charge as well. So, James BB, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And yeah, I've got the wrong channel on it. But Charlton have equalised 1-1 with 10 minutes to go at the Valley. It's a 1-1 game at the moment. I think it's been 1-1 for ages, actually. I don't know why I'm reacting to that because I've just turned it on. Who's got this? ITV1. Ooh, you are ITV. Oh, you're really spoiling us with your Nation League coverage. Will Rice get booed, says Arturo. Will Lee Carsley sing the song? We can talk about those topics if you want to. Grealish, the Snakes are back. Thank you for the days, Jack Charlton. Look, I lived in Ireland for 3 years. I'm sure many of you visited Dublin. Fantastic place. And they like their football. And they'll create an atmosphere here. Yeah, England led by Harry Kane. I've not looked at the team actually yet, but Rice will get booed. Oh, 100%. Of course he'll get booed. I mean, even if it's just pantomime villain or they actually mean it, of course he's going to get booed. I don't know why to expect anything else. But I think of more prevalence importance is, very much looks like Lee Carsley's going to end up with this England job. Surprise, surprise. Nothing against Carsley. He could end up being a good coach, but it wouldn't matter if he was shit or good. That's not why they're picking him. It's got nothing to do with whether he'll be a good coach or not. It's just the FA being absolutely useless. All my life, they've been useless. Even before my life, they've been useless. They are absolutely the reason why England haven't won anything since '66. They are an absolutely useless organisation that is only motivated by lining their own pockets off a very, 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 very marketable brand. They've got no intention of ever being world leaders at actually football. They're incompetent. They just want a puppet and somebody that's worked within the organisation before. They don't want to rock the boat. So Lee Carsley was always going to get the job the same way Southgate was always going to get the job when he was interim. So I think if you're English, you've just got to hope that Lee Carsley is a decent coach because they're not going to go for anybody else. I think the team's quite interesting what he's gone with. The fact that John Stones is on the bench and the fact that he's starting Gordon, I quite like. There's a bit more balance in this team. I don't know, is Jude Bellingham injured or something? Why is Bellingham not here? Is he suspended? Somebody can tell me about that. Someone tell me how the Nation Leagues works. But the England team is Pickford, Colwill, Guehi, Maguire, Trent, Grealish in an England team. Grealish, Rice, Mainu, Gordon, and then Kane and Saka. No Foden, no Bellingham, of course. I've got to be honest, I've taken no notice of England this week, so I don't know whether I'm being an idiot by saying, where's Bellingham and Foden? But anyway, the Irish team is Kelleher, Brady, O'Shea, Collins, Coleman, Smodics, Smallbone, Malumbi, Doherty, Ida and Ogben. Obviously no Evan Ferguson is on the bench for Brighton, in case anybody was wondering where he is. Yeah, be an interesting game. Be an interesting game in that sense. Looking longer term, my Bellingham is injured. Thank you very much in the chat. Looking longer term, I think that Harry Kane needs phasing out that England team. I think that it's 100% clear that the way Harry Kane plays football doesn't suit the way England want to play football. This dropping in and, I think I'm not saying England are going to win the World Cup anyway, but if they want to win the World Cup, then I think Harry Kane needs taken out of that team and Ollie Watkins needs putting in it because I think I agree with Phil Mitchell. Kane is too slow and he doesn't suit the way Foden or Grealish or Bellingham or anybody else wants to play. Even Mainu, they want a striker that plays on the last man, and Harry Kane's just not capable of doing that. So it's a bit like Portugal. And I don't care about Portugal doing it because I'm not Portuguese, but I look at Ronaldo still playing for Portugal, and in the last 2 tournaments, it's very obvious to me that Portugal would be a better team if they played Jota where Ronaldo is. But it's the Ronaldo, Portugal is Ronaldo. I get it. Harry Kane's not Ronaldo. So I would just take him out of the team, to be honest. He'll score a hat-trick now. Harry Kane could have played for Ireland. Excuse me, I've had such a busy day. Because it's the international break. I never normally get weekends to do it. But been so much work today. Physical work. Clearing out lofts and all sorts. I've just been looking forward to this all day. Ask me anything. No, really, let's just enjoy the game. Hi, Mark. Can you please wish my girlfriend Grace a happy birthday and thank her for not being a yesterday when we had an issue with our hotel? Says Rock. What's a yesterday? Anyway, happy birthday, Grace. Is that a new word? Rock? What's a yesterday? I don't know what that means. Good one. Also, help. Will England win this match? Says Constantine. I'm not that bothered if we do or we don't, really. Couldn't give a shit, really. I'm just looking forward. I think it's an interesting game of football to watch. Danshan says, Mark, it's my birthday. Your content has really helped me during tough times. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you have a great day. And It's Cyan says, good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. There you go. Dino says, what are your thoughts on Rashford FC going against Garnacho? Well, I don't know whether it's true for a start, but if there was element of truth to that, you'd have to say, what an absolute bunch of prats. We're meant to be Manchester United. Why would Manchester United fans be attacking a 19-year-old in favour of a 26-year-old who's not done anything for 2 years? It doesn't make any sense. You should be supporting and hoping both of them do well, because ultimately that's how Man United will do well. Hi, Mark. This is Ray from the United Stand. I know Ray. I can tell by your picture and your name. Ray Carl Brown Amore. He's a legend from the United Stand community. What do you think of Haaland in Norway? He doesn't seem to hit it like he does at City. Better players around him, Ray. Simple as. Yeah. Simple as. Parker, I'm not answering your super chat. This happened on the United Stand last night, and basically I've been advised by the United Stand community that when people do super chats that are absolutely knobheadish or stupid, you don't have to read them out. So I'm just not reading stupid comments out like that anymore. Thoughts on Oasis getting back together? Have you got tickets to see them? To Seafood Monster? I don't want to say that Liam's given me a box, but needless to say, I will be at one of the concerts. Can you please... I've done that one. What's the issue? Rice and Grealish, both English but Irish heritage, so ultimately they're playing for the right country. Ireland can get their own, says Flora. Right, you've started that. That's got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. We have got the national anthems coming up in a moment, and this is a bone of contention in England because Lee Carsley, I believe, played for Republic of Ireland or Ireland, and obviously he's now English manager. But he won't be singing the national anthem. A lot of people are getting very over the top about it. I mean, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. I couldn't give a shit. I would have more than happily given the job to Pochettino, Thomas Tuchel, Jose Mourinho, and they wouldn't sing the national anthem either. So I've got no issue with Lee Carsley not singing the national anthem. My issue is this. If you're going to get a manager that doesn't sing the national anthem, get the fucking best one you can get. Why are we giving it to Lee Carsley, who's not going to sing the national anthem, when we could get a foreign manager who's not going to sing the national anthem? That's my only point. Like, why are we giving him the job? He shouldn't be getting the job anyway. And then if you're bothered about him not singing the national anthem, give it to bloody Thomas Tuchel, who's a better manager. That's all I would say. Parker's apologised. It's fine. I'm just not reading out stupid comments, Parker. That's all. Hi, Mark. Can't wait for the Premier League to come back. Absolutely hate international football. I do as well. I hate these international breaks, Keith. And I'm so glad when it's the third international break and we can just celebrate Christmas is close and none of this shit anymore. But I must admit, Ireland against England hits differently. I don't know whether I'll bother with England against Finland. I think you've got to be pretty embarrassing to do that, but... And I think with Rice and Grealish, they both represented Ireland at a younger age, so I think that's the issue there. Carsley is Irish, says Jury. There you go. They won't be booing us. They might be booing us, to be fair. Let's be honest. Might be bingers. Right, just before the game starts and the national anthems are going on, I'm not singing it either because we're sponsored by HelloFresh on the show today. One of my favourite sponsors that we have. People are always asking me what food I'm going to eat. Well, during the week, I tend to be eating HelloFresh. It's a culinary adventure, simplifying mealtime with its convenient meal delivery service, and here's what's on the menu. The choice is vast, accommodating all tastes. Personally, this week I've been enjoying their premium menu, including Greek-inspired lamb steak and homemade tzatziki with lemony charred greens, roast potato and Greek-style cheese. Also had a calorie-smart luxury range with chicken Indonesian style with king prawn fried rice and a delicious quick and easy family favourite pesto chicken tray break. It's all really easy to do. You go on the website, you can pick your meals, get them delivered to your door, and you get things like this, the Indonesian style chicken, but you get everything you need and you get all the instructions on the back. So everything comes in, all your ingredients down here, that's how it should look, and then all the instructions on the back, all delivered in a box. And as I said, I've also had that, and that is an absolute banger, the Greek-inspired lamb steak this week. Delivered to your door, all the ingredients, as I said, but the best bit about this is, not only is it delivered to your door, but we've got an exclusive for you. That's football viewers can use the code TF6025 for an incredible 60% off their first HelloFresh box, plus 25% off for the next 2 months, along with free desserts. So don't miss out on this fantastic exclusive deal. The link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code. 60% off your first box, where you can be getting loads of different meals delivered to your door with all the ingredients for more than half price. And then every other box you have for the next 2 months, 25% off, plus you get free desserts for life. The food's fantastic. The service is fantastic. It's a no-brainer. Check it out. TF6025, 60% off your first box, and then 25% off for the next 2 months, yes, and then free desserts for life. HelloFresh. What a deal. Check it out. Thank you very much to HelloFresh. Minimal effort, maximum flavour. Right, I think we're about ready to go here. Big up HelloFresh for that. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff, and I'm ready. Am I ready? I'm trying to think what the last watch along I did was. I have changed it. Well, the last watch along I did was Man United, wasn't it? Man United, Liverpool, ladies and gentlemen. That was the last one. Pratt Bridge, enjoy the game, mates. Says DN. What's the similarities between? Yeah, not reading that one either, Matt. And some weird. In fact, I'm just going to block you, Matt. I mean, you're celebrating the death of a mother. We can play. You know, the person on the United stand was absolutely spot on last night. You don't have to read these chats, and you don't have to let it take over of the chat. These are sad people. Sad people. Mark, why do you think City starting 11 players get rested in international friendlies? I don't know. Abhijit, I've got no idea. Have you seen Rooney's goal from today, Mark? Zatoro? Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good. But, I mean, at the end of the day, apart from a bit of nostalgia, I mean, Robert McCormack said, are you going to watch it? I said, absolutely not. I've been to a couple of Legends games myself, and for a bit of nostalgia, they're good fun, but I'd rather clear out the garage. I mean, unless if it's Rooney 15 years ago, get him in the team. But hi, Mark. Can't wait for the Premier League to come back, says Keith. Wish we had a season without these international breaks. Thank you very much for that. Come on, you boys in green, says Odran. And let me just get rid of gems. I don't know why is that doing that? Hold on a minute, I've just got to sort something out. Right, Mainu starting for a couple of Man United players starting, of course. Kobe Mainu, Harry Maguire. I don't know how. You've got to praise Harry Maguire. I don't know how he does it. He's back in the England team, and he started the first 2 games for Man United. I just don't know how he survives. You know, Seb will be happy, but I just don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. It's baffling to me. for a very, very bang average centre-back to still be starting for Man United in England. It's at 32 as well. 32 this season. Anyway, there's the timer up and running for you. Thank you very much, everybody who's getting involved. Have you watched last week's 442 video? You made a feature in it. I retweeted it, David. Yes, I did see that. It's going to be very interesting to see how this game pans out, by the way, because not seen Ireland play in many a year, but, you know, thinking back to Ireland many years ago, the likes of Kevin Sheedy and Ray Houghton, Andy Townsend, and then latterly Robbie Keane, Roy Keane, Paul McGrath, you know, more than capable of giving England a game over the years, but not in recent years. I think a lack of focus by the FAI, or the FIA, or whatever it is. But here's Gordon on the left, and he's offside straight away. James has not been blocked. No, it was an intruder. An intruder talking absolute nonsense about little nobodies who keep putting my name in their mouth for clout. Sully, thanks for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much. The word was Pratt, but it removes it, says Rock. All the best. I love your channel. Hope you're good, says DN. Thank you very much, mate. A good cross into the box, but that's a corner for Ireland. Predictions for Greece against Finland, please, says Cost. No idea. No idea. Madri is that beer I'm drinking. Light Ray, who is out in Sydney. I tell you what, I had a fantastic pint this week. I'm working with a beer brand on a bit of a integration and launch. It might not happen before Christmas, to be honest, but we would just taste. I mean, what a job in the international break. I was tasting beers for a new beer brand, and it was absolutely fantastic. Really good quality. I really hope he gets to market, actually. But oh, header on the back post! Header on the back post for Ireland, and he probably should have scored. Little flick on. I think it's Maguire who flicks it on, actually. Yeah, he should score from there. Coming in on the back post. I don't know a lot of these players, so I'm just going to say number 14 for Ireland. But he should have scored, as KN said. Thank you very much. Dale says we should have scored there. Get In is #1 seller in my local WH Smith, says Reese Gregory. Keep buying the book. That's all I can say. Keep buying the book. Do we like the team that Carsley's picked? I like the fact that he's got Anthony Gordon at left back and Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, but I don't know how long he's going to keep with it. Jason said he knew nothing about it. It came too quick at him. You talking about your dog getting run over, or are you talking about the Irish guy on the back post? You make it sound like he's just been murdered. He knew nothing about it. It came too quick at him. You could be talking about your dog. If you are, rest in peace. But I think he might be talking about the chance on the back post. Kieran Moore says the Irish team would be better if we had better players and results. Yeah, great insight. Colwell playing at left back. I think it's for the balance, mate. Why is Jordan Pickford still playing in goal for England? I mean, that to me is just not discussed enough. I mean, I would phase Harry Kane out. I'd phase Harry Maguire out. But what the fuck is Pickford doing in goal? You know, this season in the Premier League, the 3 worst goalkeepers, save percentage-wise, are Pickford, under 50%, Onana and Sarr of Wolves. Flecken at Brentford has faced more shots than any goalkeeper in the Premier League, and he's got 81% save rate. He's had 21 shots and he's got 81% save rate. Pickford's under 50%. What's he doing playing in goal for England still? He's not England's number one. He's just not England's number one. He's played for England because England hasn't produced a decent goalkeeper. But surely you've got to be looking now. Ramsdale's playing first team football. Henderson's playing first team football. It's got to be time to get rid of Pickford. Nick Pope is back as well, yeah. Nice to see Guehi keeping his place. Anyway, how does the Nations League even bloody work? I mean, there's a qualification for you if you want one. Anybody know how it works? Just looking at the groups. England are in Ireland, Finland and Greece. I don't even know what the... I genuinely am going to cry ignorance here. What the bloody hell is the point of it? I don't know what you do with it. Like, does it matter? Is it just a bit of a laugh? Here's Gordon down the left-hand side. Good cross. No, just a bit too high. Rashford's not playing. He's not in the squad. Good cross by Trent. Oh, Harry Kane should score that. Free header. Oh, Pratt. I mean, how's he missed that? Look at this cross from Trent. I don't know how he doesn't score. Bloody crap that is. I mean, that is dead cent. Look at that. It's rubbish. I'm definitely putting that in the top corner. 100%. It's right on his forehead, dead centre, unmarked, over the bar, and he heads it straight at the keeper anyway. It's not a friendly, John. It's not a friendly. The reason I say it's not a friendly is because, one, it's not a friendly, but two, also, apparently there is an importance to the Nations League, and it factors World Cup qualification. Apparently, if we don't do well in this, we could get a really difficult World Cup qualifier. I don't know. I mean, it's like talking to your mate who's, works in plastic. I'm just not interested unless it's dildos. It's just, I've got no. That's why I was saying, if someone in the chat wants to educate us about the Nation League, then please do. But this is a Nation League game. And apparently, if we don't do very well in this, we could get a very, very difficult qualifier for the World Cup. No, if you had a mate who worked in plastic making dildos, you would listen. I'm not even messing around. I would be very interested if I had a mate who worked with dildos, and I'd want to know, the testing of it would be the thing that really... I'd genuinely look. There are jobs that interest me. That would be a job that I would buy a pint with somebody and say, "Tell me how it works." I'm gonna know how the dildo works, but like, what's the process? Is there a machine that they all go? Who tests them? Is it male and female? I mean, just a few questions. And anybody saying, oh God, oh come on, you've all seen one. And I don't know. I just think that there are certain jobs that are quite interesting. Good play by Grealish here into Gordon. They've linked up quite well, actually. Jack Grealish playing in a freer role for England, of course. Here's Mainu. That's going to go back to the keeper. Sully says you've got to come to the World Cup you've got to come to America for the World Cup. Well, I think there's a very high chance I will do. Southgate relegated England from League A to B, says Arturo. Not doing FPL predictions with Ben anymore, says Akshay. No, not for the last 10 months, you slow sports news. Bloody Pratt. I've not done Premier League predictions with Ben Foster for about 10 months. We just woke up from a bloody coma. Actually, he has. He said that on the United Stand a few weeks ago. Akshay, how's the recovery, actually? It was horrible, that was. Yeah, we'll move on. Okay. What do you think Carr's ball will be like? I think it's Ireland on the attack. And if he gets that ball out, he gets the shot off. Pickford, crap hands by Pickford. Ireland are in the box, but England have got plenty of players back. Grealish takes a dive, as always, but Pickford gets hold of it. Half a chance there for Ireland. Good breakaway. Got his shot off. Pickford's hands there were not good. Should have put it out for a corner. You can't play worse football than... Oh, Gordon's in. This will be a goal. Good save by the keeper. 1-on-1. Kane, good block. Rice. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's not celebrating. Well, if anyone... probably doesn't score many goals for England and then goes and scores against Ireland. Rice, of all people. It was a good goal by England as well. And, well, it is a good goal by England. And it comes from a lovely ball by Trent into Gordon. It's a wonderful ball by Trent, that is. Gordon through 1-on-1. Good save by the keeper. Gordon keeps it alive. Kane goes for the shot, blocked, and then Declan Rice finished very good. That's a good goal by England. All comes from Trent's superb ball and Anthony Gordon's perseverance. Really good play by them and a very good finish by Declan Rice. Not a lot you can do about that. Fantastic save. But what a ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and what a bit of play by Anthony Gordon. And Declan Rice scores, and Lee Carsley's so happy with that. I thought he used to play for Ireland. Absolutely cracking goal there from Rice. Joshua Middleton, welcome to Members Club. Amin, thank you very much as well. What's your opinion on the overloaded player schedule with the Club World Cup in 2025? Very interesting situation as more players are complaining, says Bart. I think when you've got Bernardo Silva complaining, it's... yellow card for... Is it yellow card for Mainu? Or Rice? Or Mainu? Yeah, Mainu's just been booked. Yeah, definitely... definitely a yellow. It's a little bit late. And edge of the box free kick for Ireland. Yeah, Bernardo... When you've got Bernardo Silva moaning about the volume of games they've got to play, then that's a team that doesn't need to start Rodri for the first 3 games of the season. So Man City are probably the most rotated team in the Premier League by a very long way. They are playing too much football. They're definitely playing too much football. Change the score sheet, Mark. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm not bloody... It's the same thing as the other day now. It's not doing it automatically. There we go. Trent's a natural winger. How did he end up as a right back? Says Prajwell. Because I think his ball distribution over a long period, over a long distance, is so good that he works. It works, doesn't it, as a right back? Mainu's getting a bit of stick in the chat. He has looked very tired for Manchester United. Any Man United fan will tell you that this season. He's a big lad, isn't he? Is that Smallbone who's going to take this? Straight into the wall. What are they doing? They just tackled each other there, Ireland. And it's a great break. It's a 4v2 for England. You'd be disappointed if you don't get a chance from this. Gordon. What a save by Kelleher from Kane. Well, I tell you what, Ireland got to be a bit careful here because England are moving the ball around very, very well. And He's done well. Oh, he's given a foul. I don't think that was a foul on Guehi, actually. Nick P says that Southgate is at home, probably thinking we should stop attacking now and park the bus. Yeah, probably would, actually. Trent should have had 2 assists, Mark, says Martin. Yeah, Harry Kane definitely should have scored that header. There's a great save by Kelleher, that one. Ireland just need to be a little bit careful here because this game could be over at half-time. 2-0 England, and you really wouldn't fancy anything from Ireland. Ash says, those deliveries are the balls Rashford thrives on. Rashford plays on the wing, mate. Dougie says, do you think Ireland will ever be good, Mark? Look, not wanting to state the obvious, but I think if Ireland had better players, then they would be a better team. I think that's the problem. Where does Kelleher play now? Joshua says that Forrest tried to get Kelleher. Nachos from Mexico. Who's your favourite Mexican team? I don't know how to read that. Love the YouTube videos, mates. And why is it Chivas de Guadalajara? I know next to nothing about Mexican football. Kelleher's still at Liverpool. Ah. Ted says Grealish is so good to watch. But what do you think about his footballing ability? Good in by Colliher. Colwell, not Colliher. Nice to see us going for a second. Rest in peace, Southgate, says Oddie. You should get a triple decker to celebrate, says Sully. Kelleher better than any English keeper at Man United, says Two Beast. What are you bringing Man United into it for? It's the international break, mate. Go and touch some grass. I just can't be arsed with that type of. I find that type of argument just so irrelevant. He's better than anything Man United's got. Did anybody in the chat or me say that Man United's goalkeeper's better than Kelleher? It's just obviously something's bothering you about Man United, mate. I don't know why. Gordon has deserved this start and he's doing the business, says WHU Sam. Yeah, 100%. He should have been. I mean, Anthony Gordon not playing in the Euros hardly was criminal in my offence. 2B says, would you take Kelleher at Man United? 100% I would. I mean, our backup goalkeeper's worse than Onana. Says everything. When's your keeper video coming out, Morgan? Probably be early next week now. Amar says, do you think Madueke will get his debut? Well, looking at the bench for England, Angel Gomez, Eze, Bowen, Gallagher, Gibbs-White, Henderson, Konza, Rico Lewis, Livramento, Madueke, Pope, Stones. He's gone with youth, hasn't he? Because that's sort of like where he's come from. There's no way they're not going to give him the England job. I mean, how is he not going to get the England job, by the way? I mean, I could get the England job if I was in charge. I mean, he's just literally not going to lose a game for fucking ages. We've got Ireland, Finland, Greece, Ireland. Oh, he's won 6 in a row. Give him a 10-year contract. I would win 6 in a row. With our squad against those teams, you're only going to win 6 games. You could put Deirdre Barlow in charge and you'd win 6, and she's dead. Rest in peace. I think she was actually called Deirdre Rashid in the end. She'd taken her Moroccan lover's name, who was tragically killed. And she never took Ken Barlow's name back again, even though they got back together. Here's Anthony Gordon down the left-hand side. Into Grealish. And that's a bad pass. There has been other games going on today. Always like in the international break that you do get games in other leagues. Charlton drew 1-1 with Rotherham. Birmingham's game was postponed. Wrexham beat Shrewsbury 3-0. They're doing very, very well. And Solihull Moors lost to Forest Green Rovers at home. That's a terrible result. I'm sorry. There's no two ways about it. That's just unacceptable, Solihull Moors. Losing at home. Who do you think you are? Manchester United? Oh, Republic of Ireland against Finland at the Aviva. 14th of November. Here's Gordon. He's getting so much of the ball. He's had a lot more ball than Saka, hasn't he? Look how deep Kane is here. Pisses me right off. Get in the box and piss off. Come in deep. Who do you think you are? A bloody porn star? Get in the box. Is Saka even playing, says Sarah? Yeah, I mean, it's a weird one because... Oh, lovely turn by Mainu there. It's a weird one with Saka because our stronger side is Trent and Saka because we've got a brilliant right back going forward and Saka is good on the right as well. On the left-hand side, you've got a guy who's a centre-back playing at left-back, but it's coming down the left a lot more. Lot more. Would you like to see Angel Gomez get minutes, says Atura? Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, lovely ball into the channel here. But look how quick Colwell gets back. He's got to put that cross in, hasn't he? Surely. No, he's refused. Ireland have looked okay. Oh, terrible pass there, though. Oh, look at Harry Kane. Look how deep he is. DJ says, Mark looks like he sleeps with his socks on. I couldn't think of anything worse, mate. Sleep. The only time I've ever slept with my socks on is when I'm ill and I rub Vic on my soles of my feet. What's for tea, Mark? Hello Fresh. We've got... I'm having this one tonight. Pesto chicken tray break and garlic rice. Remember, you can get 60% off your first box delivered and then 25% off your next box for the next 2 months and puddings for life. All the ingredients, all the instructions delivered to your door. Use that code TF6025. Watkins deserves to start over Kane. Well, Watkins isn't even on the bench, is he? Somebody was saying to me that he pulled out. Injured, apparently. Vic Vapor Rub. No, it's not a person I'm rubbing on my feet. Carol Ann, of course you can have a shout out. Paddy, are you still doing the Christmas show in Dublin? No. I had a venue booked ready and they gave it to somebody else. So we haven't got a venue now, which I'm pissed off about, but such is life. Watkins has got a small injury, says Harry Robb. Better to have a small injury than a small... Anyway, hi Mark. What do you want? Would you want to see Madueke, Alfie? I wouldn't say I'm massively bothered. It'd be nice to see Madueke get on and Angel Gomez get on though. But as a as a non-Chelsea fan, I'm not that bothered. JPD is correct. Vicks on your feet with socks actually works when you're feeling sick. It is. So you get this Vicks Vapor Rub when you've got a cold. Rub it on the sole of your feet. Put a pair of socks on because it's quite greasy. It does make you feel better in the morning. I don't know what the science is, but it works. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Get involved with That's Football. You're very welcome. Daily content for you and lots of watch-alongs. Good play here. Rice. Grealish. Oh, what a goal. Even I'm clapping. Lovely football. Yeah, just a lovely goal. Just a lovely goal, that is. You can't argue with that. I'm clapping that. Lovely goal. It was it's very, very nice. Rice and Grealish, though, again. Don't boo people. Sometimes it motivates them. That's the lesson we've learned here, isn't it? Don't boo people because sometimes it will motivate them. And that's exactly what's happened here. It's lovely football. Mainu into Rice. Saka, Rice, Grealish, goal. There's a skill issue here, isn't there, as well? I mean, these are players that are top Premier League players. Whereas for Ireland, they're not top Premier League players. And some of the goals have been a little bit training ground exercise, haven't they? But lovely little finish. Right, I mean, you're not saving that. Not saving that. And Grealish certainly wasn't not going to celebrate. Unlike Rice, he was not going to respect his Irish background at all. I honestly don't know what the background is. I think they played for Ireland at youth level, didn't they? And then they chose England. Here's Gordon, who's loving it. It's. I don't want to be offensive, but there is a lot of space out there. Apparently, Declan Rice played 3 senior games for Ireland, which in itself is bloody stupid. I think if you play for the senior team, then you should, whether it's a friendly or not, then you should have to play for that country. But I know they changed that rule a long time ago. But you've got to play senior competitive games to be locked in, haven't you? But I think if you play a senior friendly game, no one's bloody kidnapping you and putting you in a shirt, are they? 3 times. Oh, I never wanted to do it. But Declan, it happened 3 times. I know, but I was just trying it. Just trying it. Yeah, I think if you play senior games, then you should end up playing for that country. But youth level, I think, you know, it's a bit different. But Magic says that Magic Leprechaun says Rice played 3 senior games for Ireland and was going around kissing the badge. He also said something inappropriate about England as well, didn't he? I mean, I think I think you've just got to put it down to immaturity of youth, haven't you? England 2 goals. Southgate will be fuming, says David. And Richard says, you got me through lockdown with your videos. Thanks, Richard. Thanks for your super chat. Ethan says, you're a legend. Thank you very much for your super chat. Where's Jude Bellingham going to play, Mark? You'd drop Grealish for Bellingham, mate. The one thing I like about what Carsley's done with this team that Southgate never did is at least he's tried to get as many round objects in round holes as he can do instead of square pegs in round holes, because left-footed left back, a winger, 2 wingers. Mainoo's been overplayed. He does look tired to me. What about Cole Palmer? He's not in the squad, is he? I didn't even look at the squad. I just thought I'll watch this game. International break football is boring. Missionary activities with your partner, just better than nothing, says Rub. Palmer pulled out, says David M. He's got a bit of an injury. No way after first goal, England didn't park the bus, says a Toro. I think for Ireland, it's just a case of keeping it down. Would you like to be in Ireland drinking tonight, Mark? I mean, there's not any night I wouldn't like being in Ireland drinking, if I'm being completely honest with you. But you know what? I lived in Ireland for 3 years. Let's open it up and do a little bit of lifestyle while we're watching the football. I lived in Ireland for 3 years and 3.5 years. And I've got to be honest, Dublin, when there's a load of English fans there, isn't great. Like the Six Nations is every year, and I never liked it when England were in town or Wales. It just gets taken over by that nation. Whereas Dublin's a great night out without it being overtaken by one nationality. So I wouldn't actually want to be in Ireland tonight with all the English there, to be honest. That's not because I'm anti-English. I'm English myself, but it doesn't make it better. Good cross. Oh, one of the worst headers I've ever seen in the world history of football by the number 10, Ida, or Idiot. It's actually good play. It's a good cross. Does really well. And a terrible, terrible header. He looks all right. Ogbenny. I was seeing how old he is. 27. It's not good enough, is it? You need him to be 18 and he's going to be the next Robbie Keane. But that's the reason when that's why Ireland struggle. I mean, England's squad depth, and this is my issue with Gareth Southgate, is that our squad depth beyond the 25. I mean, how far down England's best players would you go before they stop getting in the Ireland team? Here's Gordon, and I could have been a penalty on Kane there, but it wasn't given. Yeah, I mean, I think we've just got so many talented players. I looked at that England squad in the Euros and I was just like, if we had a half decent manager, we'd have a bloody chance. When is your next F1 watch along? Says Jim. I haven't done an F1 watch along in bloody ages, mate. Georgia was the best part of the Euros, in my opinion, says Bronzy. What player in the past decade has come to the Premier League with the most hype? Disappointed you the most? I would say Pogba or James Rodriguez, says Jace. I thought Shevchenko is another one. The money that Chelsea paid for him, and he was arguably the best striker in the world at the time. I thought Pogba did okay. Like people say Pogba was a flop. I thought Pogba still has a decent highlight reel at Man United. I know it's the disappointment with Pogba is he should have been the world's best midfielder, but yeah, it's not that. Why is Mark looking 60? Says Melissa. Mate, if you think I look 60, then you must look about 90. And I don't even know how old you are. I definitely do not look 60. I think what you're doing is you're getting confused with what somebody in their early 40s should look like, because I definitely look good for my age. And that's not just that's me being humble. I'm not even being arrogant. No way. Start, bench, sell. Busquets, Xavi, Alonso, Rodri. That's too many. I'm not doing 4 shocks. You've made yourself look all right, idiot. Oh no, Xavi, Alonso. Okay, I thought. Look, let's just agree that's a draw, shocks, because I was ready to call you a prat thinking you'd done 4 names. Actually, you've given the first name of Alonso. So start, bench, sell, Busquets, Xavi, Alonso or Rodri. Love the show. We'll call it a draw. I thought he'd said Busquets, Xavi, Alonso, Rodri. I would sell Xavi, Alonso. I would bench Rodri, and I would start Busquets. Good one. That was a good one. I like that one. Thank you very much. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Let me just go back to the normal chat. Are you still 6'2"? I was never 6'2". When's your next podcast with Will? We'll be live on Monday lunchtime on this channel from the Goldbridge Armsdale, yes. Maguire's going to score, says JX. Well, we've got a corner here. Saka's on it. Whips it in. Headed away. Bronzy says, I had to witness my country getting battered 4-0 by Bolivia. That's what happens when you play 4,000 metres above sea level. Love the content. Bronzy, I've seen this before. Bolivia play at high altitude, don't they? And they have an incredibly, well, I don't know whether they still do, but a few years ago, I don't think they'd been beaten in 10 years at home because they play at such high altitude. See Pickford waving and getting annoyed with Maguire, says Pierre Turnip. They won't be getting annoyed. They're best mates. They're like best mates off the field. Are you looking forward to United playing Southampton, says Apple Pie? I'm enjoying the international. I'm enjoying a break. I don't enjoy the international break, but I'm enjoying a break. But good pressing from England there. Trent's won it back as well. Could get another one before half time. Here's Saka. Little dinky cross. Good play. Kelleher's a good goalkeeper, you know. Brave heart. What's your thoughts on Lee Carsley ball, says Abdullah? Mate, I just think he's all... I said he'll get the job anyway, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be one of those people who start... If this was against France, let's talk. He's got 6 games against Ireland, Greece and Finland. If he doesn't win all fucking 6 by an average of 3 goals, I'll be absolutely stunned. It's an open goal for him to get the job. We won't know how good he is until we play a decent team, and that's not going to happen for a very long time. A lot of people saying United are going to lose to Southampton. I don't know. Scott says, little Steve called you out, Mark. Oh, mate, I can't get involved in this. This is what happens. I don't know why you bring these problems to my door. Clout chasers, I'm not interested. It's like they literally can't keep my name out of their mouth. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what it's all about. All I know is there'll probably be another TikTok or 10 coming very soon. because they want the clout, and I'm not interested. I'm really not. I shouldn't have even... I'd been down the pub, somebody did a super chat, and I fell into the trap. I don't want to talk about these irrelevant people who are just literally not relevant to my life or what I do. They're trying to build their careers. I respect that, but don't. There's just no. There's nothing I can say because it's probably going to get clipped up and sent to him again, and he'll start blurting off again. Carsley's not missing Calvin Phillips or Trippier, says Ollie. If United lose to Southampton, it will be the Watford game from Ollie days all over again, says JX. And start, bench, sell. 2008 Ronaldo, 2012 Ronaldo, or 2017 Ronaldo. I'm always going to start 2008 Ronaldo because that's Man United Ronaldo. But to be honest, Ronaldo got better and better and better. Was 12 Ronaldo better than 17 Ronaldo? The thing about 17 Ronaldo is that he's in his early 30s then. Whereas 2012 Ronaldo, he's in his sort of mid to late 20s. I've got to say 2012 Ronaldo is better than 2017. But I love Ronaldo 2008 the best. Here's Grealish into Kane. Get it on your right foot. Didn't get it on his right foot. Kept it on his left foot. Come on, ask me some interesting questions because as much as this is enjoyable to watch, it's going to be England 3, isn't it, soon? Have your book publishers asked you to write another book, and what would it be about, says Ollie. I want to write a book. I want to write a detective series. But they're not going for it. They want me to write something else about football, and I'm like, really want to write a detective series about a detective who basically solves crimes in Mallorca, but does it from his computer, and with his trusty friend, Robbie the dog. I give you the remaining 1.3 billion to buy Man United, says Caro. Desperate for us to play again. Got the hunger back, says the Spurs way. Yeah, Spurs have had a disappointing start to the season. Much more disappointing than Man United because you've actually played well. I'd be really pissed off if I was Spurs because I've seen Spurs play 2 games. You played well against Newcastle. You just couldn't bloody score. And you played well against Leicester. You just couldn't finish the game off. Start, bench, sell. Endrick, Guller, Yamal, says Kaiser. I think it's too early to be doing that, but you've asked the question. I would sell. Lovely play. Ogbeni again, but the cross is rubbish. Striker's kicking the post. You missed the bloody free header about 5 minutes ago, you petulant little shit. Moaning about the quality of the cross. He's the only one making things happen, number 20 for Ireland. He's a petulant one, that number 10 for Ireland. Thinks he's bloody Ollie Mers. He's the support act. He thinks he's bloody Oasis. What were we talking about then? Yeah, I think if I was, I would bench, I would sell Endrick. I would bench Galere and I would start Yamal based on the 3 that I prefer. But, you know. Ollie's going to Ibiza next week. Any tips on pulling? I can't give you tips, mate, because I just walk in a room and it's just easy. But for some people, it's hard work. I would just say, I don't know. I don't know how it works anymore. The world's a weird place. Maybe you just do it on your phone. Mark, thoughts on Ronaldo's 900 goals? Amal, well, he's not going to retire till he hits 1,000, is he? How many goals on on average does he score every year in Saudi? Because that's 100 goals is still... It's 3 years for anybody, that, isn't it? He's probably got, over the next 2 years for Portugal, probably another 10 or 15. He's got to play for another 3 seasons, hasn't he? This season, next season, and the season after. Yeah, I don't think he can do it in 2 seasons. I don't think he can do it in this season and next season. I think he needs 3 seasons to do it. So he'll play again after the World Cup. Zebra says, Mark, honestly, do you believe in Ten Hag? It's like you're asking me whether I bloody believe in bloody Santa. He does exist, Ten Hag, you know. Tamrick says, what's your thoughts on Football Manager removing international football but adding women's football? Oh, thanks for that, mate. You may as well give me a mic and get 11,000 people to say something to. I mean, I don't care. I mean, look, honestly, I didn't really understand Ultimate Team last year with the women's football. It didn't work for me. The whole mixture, I didn't like it. My daughter plays football. She played against Man City today, actually. Hard work for her at the moment. They're playing her out of position up front, and she's not a forward. And they lost 6-0, but she should be playing in the midfield. She should be playing in the midfield at least. You know, if you play for a team and you get stuck up front, but you're playing a team that's better than you, what a horrible job that is. Always respected strikers who play in a team it's a bit like Haaland with Norway, isn't it? There's no service. If you're playing in a team that's not as good as the opposition, the best place to play is midfield because you're going to be busy, and you want to be busy, don't you? But to answer the question, which I've just completely forgot, yeah, I do watch quite a lot of women's football because my daughter plays, and it's getting better and better and better. You know, from when I was at school, it was crap. So it's getting better and better and better. But I think that I don't know why there's this urgency to cross over. I understand that there's so many male football fans, so if they start watching women's football, then it's a growth sport. I understand that. But this desperation to merge the two can be quite counterproductive, because if you force it on people, they can become resentful to it. If you're down the local restaurant and you order fish and chips and then someone chucks a burger on your plate, it's not that you don't like burgers, but I ordered fish and chips. Why is there a burger there? You're forcing it on me. And I think that with FIFA last year, or EAFC, sorry, I don't think Ultimate Team putting these women players in and then trying to make out they're as good as Kevin De Bruyne, it just felt wrong to me. It felt arcade instead of simulation. And I think that when you're playing EAFC, you want to actually feel like it's realistic. So I think with Football Manager, though, I think as long as if you choose to manage a women's team in Football Manager, they're not like going to be playing in the Premier League against Man City and Pep, are they? So I think that works. I think that's fine. I think it's when they try and merge the two, you know, because that's not real. It's not real that you're going to see Arsenal's female striker playing up front with Erling Haaland for Man City. That's not going to happen, is it? So, say something about Trent's performance today, says Lattice. Very good. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to say because I don't want to... I'm not a told you so, but I always said Trent should have been playing in the Euros. I always said that Gordon should be playing in the Euros. And we did all the Euros watch-alongs together, didn't we? So there is I mean, look, what Lee Carsley has done is just what you would have done. It's common sense. Put Gordon on the left, Saka on the right, balance the team. Put a left-footed player at left back, balance the defence. Put Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back because England, 95% of our games will be the favourites, so play an attacking right back who is one of the best in the world. I don't think Lee Carsley's not done anything amazing other than balance the team, whereas Southgate was about nepotism and favourites. So, yeah, I think Trent should be playing for England. He's arguably the best attacking right back in the world. You've got to get him in the team. So, start bench sell, we've done that one. Kaiser, who do you think is the better striker? Benzema, Lewandowski or Suarez? I don't really get the Suarez hype. Xhaka's a good player, but Benzema and Lewandowski are better strikers for me. Out of those two, I'd go Benzema. What do you think about the situation in Chelsea, says Harvard? I don't know what's happened. Chelsea Football Club, I don't really know. Oh, Matthew says, what are your thoughts on Chelsea's owners trying to buy each other out? All I want is a normal day. I don't worry about Chelsea because they're not my club, Matthew, but they are a club that's... I just think that thin ice is the word I would use for Chelsea. Thin ice. The situation is precarious. It could go well, it could go badly. Needs to hit his 1,000th goal in the World Cup final, says GGMU. Look, Ronaldo needs another 100 goals. How the hell is he going to score 50 goals this season and 50 goals next year? How many goals does he score on average in Saudi Arabia? I don't think he's going to hit 50 goals a season and do it in the World Cup. I really don't. Ever visit the old Lansdowne Road, Mark? Knocked down in 2007. Tommy, I like the lifestyle questions. Here we go. Get ready for this, Tommy. I watched Oasis at Lansdowne Road. So yes, I did go to the old Lansdowne Road. I watched Oasis there. I went a few times, but I saw Oasis there. Oh, GGMU. I thought I didn't give you... No, it wasn't you. It was... the person who said, any tips in Ibiza for pulling? Right. Basically wear the right clothes. Worst thing you can do is wear a jumper and jeans. In that climate, you'll be sweating like John Terry in a spelling test. So make sure you've got some nice short sleeve shirts and a pair of shorts. Splash of a really good aftershave. That's going to smell even better in that sort of hot, sweaty environment that you get on a Mediterranean evening. You walk into a bar or a club, it's a happening place. You know, they've got a bit of a Erasure on, or the Pet Shop Boys. Probably not, but you know what I mean. The music's good. People are looking out who's coming into the club. Walk in with a bit of positivity and confidence. Walk in like you've just signed for bloody Arsenal or Man City. You've just got a great contract. You're the cock of the walk. You walk in, you get a drink, you take your drink, you say thanks, you give them a tip, you turn around, you lean back on the bar, you look around, you take a sip, you see something you fancy, you're in, that's you're in. Walk over, hi, where are you from? It works, they're on holiday. It's a great question. It's better than what's the weather. Where are you from? Stoke. You walk away, you ask someone else. You find a city that's not bad, and then you're like, I'm from wherever. If you're from Stoke, you're fucked. Then you start asking questions about where you're staying, how long you're here for. Straight away, you'll know if they're interested. If they look at you and they've got short answers, you're wasting your time, you're wasting oxygen, you move on. If they sound interested, you keep the eye contact. You want a drink. Say to them, look, I'm not trying to get you pissed. You know, we're out for a good time. But, you know, if you want a non-alcoholic drink, I'm fine. It's fine by me. I'm just being polite. Do you want a drink? Take the lead. See where the night goes. This is against the poor Irish side in a meaningless game. It's not a meaningless game, Duncan. It's a Nations League game. I don't know what it means, but it's not meaningless. You can't learn anything when Trent isn't being tested, says Duncan. Carsley is proving how much of a nepotistic fool Southgate was, and I'm so glad he's gone just to come to my club, says Martin. Yeah, we don't want Southgate at United. Thoughts on... I've done that one as well. Coffee says your next book should be a guide to dating. It would be a struggle, though, because the world's changed now, hasn't it? I tell you what, when I went to Magaluf, oh my God, my strike rate, you couldn't miss. I don't even think, I'm not even pretend. I mean, look, some people will say you are, but I couldn't miss. I don't know whether anyone ever went to Magaluf in the late 90s, but bloody hell, you couldn't miss. I went in one bar, Moody, 6 Irish girls lined up. I mean, they didn't line up, but, you know, you could take your pick. I mean, granted, a lot of people said I was sort of a a fusion between a young DiCaprio and David Beckham. I mean, not my words, but you couldn't miss. You couldn't. I don't know whether it's like that now, but you literally couldn't miss. And there was loads of women. You're outnumbered, basically. That's what I mean. Everyone's out for a good time, and as a male, you were. It's a bit like the Black Widow spider. Like, you know, the Black Widow spider. No, I don't think whether it's the Black Widow. Basically, there's a spider that comes out of its hole, finds a male, has it off, and then eats them, but doesn't always eat them. Like, depends how they feel. That's what Magaluf was like in the late 90s. You were just a victim. But it was nice. It was nice being the victim, but you were outnumbered, definitely. Some nights I just wouldn't even have a shower. I'd be like, what's the point? Wouldn't put aftershave on. How hard can I make it for myself not to score tonight? But it was an interesting time. Hi Mark, love the show as always. Did you manage to get tickets for Oasis? Liam sorted me out, Ben. Do you think the Prem League would benefit from a team salary cap? Nacho, no. Also, you got to come to Mexico and meet some booty Latinos, mate. I'm married. I'm not meeting anything like that. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. I've played the game. Don't you worry about that, Screen Boy. I've played the game. But look, I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like now. I don't know. Bro accidentally walked into a brothel, says just me. Mate, we did get pulled into something very, very, I don't know, to this day. We were like 18 on our first lads holiday, walking down the strip in Magaluf, which is this big, long road. It's just got bars everywhere. And we were just like, the first 2 nights, me and my mate just said, if someone grabs us, we'll go in. We're not going to be one of them people who go, no, we'll just go in, because you get free drinks and everything. We got took into this place. It was like no bar I've ever been in my life. It was, as soon as we went in, it was dark. And I don't know what was going on in there. There was like people like Phil and Grant from the EastEnders. There was women with their boobs out. I think it was a strip club, actually. Now I think about it, it was obviously a strip club, but it was terrifying. And we just we need to get out of here, because if we don't, we're going to end up in a bloody dog pen for the next 10 years, being fed bonios with gimp masks on. It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. But we got out of there, and then we just went into Brannigan's and we got 3 bottles of Budweiser and a couple of peach schnapps for a few euros, and forgot about it. But hi Mark, love the show. Did that one from Ben as well. When I went to Mega Muff in the 90s, there was a Jeep driving around with topless girls and handing out flyers as Dallas Night. You can't do that now. It would be deemed sexist. I remember going to, this will be the last one because people want to talk about football. Get your football questions in. On that same holiday, went to BCM, which is one of the biggest clubs in Magaluf. And it was called Millennium, and it was foam nights. I've never been to a foam night like this. Some foam nights in England is basically, it's foam, and it only comes up to your ankle, sometimes to your ankles, but normally your knees or your waist. This foam party was to the ceiling, and the ceiling was about 10 foot. I'm in this foam party, right in the middle of it. And I said to these girls and people we were with, I said, I've got to get out of here. I'm starting to choke. And the next thing, they burst some more foam in. I started trying to get to the side. I couldn't see anything. I'm just fighting my way through this foam, and I can't breathe. I'm coughing. I can't get out. Literally, I was like, I can't see a way out. This is going to be him. And if you fell on the floor there, no one's taking you out. No one can see you. And I literally was like, if I don't hit the end of this foam in the next 2 seconds, I'm dead. I'm definitely dead. I had no air left. And I was like, this is it. I'm going to die. I went down onto my knees, and I was ready to do the platoon thing where I was like that. And then I felt my hand go forward, and I felt like I wasn't in foam anymore. And I burst out. It's the best breath of air I've ever had. Unbelievable. The phone was just everywhere. Joshua Critchley, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Players are coming out for the second half now. Mark, the Zuma woke movement have destroyed Magaluf. They don't even drink. They just collect and recycle the bottles, says Martin Saunders. Did you die, Mark? Yeah, I did. This is just me in AI, even though that was 20 years before it happened. There's a little bit of rivalry between Mark and Jay from In-Betweeners, says Fairway 5. And I don't make shit up. I do not make shit up. If I wanted to make shit up, I'd make it a lot better than that. Please, Mark, give me your honest thoughts on the first half, says Stefan. Nice Saturday night conversation and chat with you fantastic people watching a below average Irish side get schooled by a bunch of very, very good English players is how I would describe it. Some might say it's a bit harsh, but I think that's probably about fair. Can't wait for Goldbridge and 4-4 tunes again, says Tanishk. We're not up and running yet. It was a ball being kicked off the pitch. Have you ever been to Anfield, says Footy? I literally played at Anfield. There's a video on this channel. Played in the summer. Aaron Palmer, did you see Big Steve Coyle? Mate, I'm just going to block this word because the clout chaser shouldn't be getting mentioned on this channel. I mean, most people will be like me, who is it? Stop giving him what he wants. Air. It's like me in that bloody phone party. Right, okay. Lineker's Bar, anyone? Says error. The only Lineker's Bar I ever went to was in Tenerife. Right, we're up and running for the second half here. We need a part 2 of the Man in Black, says the Spurs way. And some good football in that first half, says James. Is there a way back for Ireland? No, I think they need to keep this score down. I think England could win this 5-0. Gordon. Corner. Yeah, they need to be keeping this score down because England could easily go on and get more. 8 o'clock show tonight. Yes. Yes. Corner to England. Where's Maguire? Trent's on it. You know it's going to be a good delivery. It's a bit high for me, that. Yeah, you're never going to get a penalty for that, Harry. There's a bit of grabbing. I mean, he's not... It should be a penalty, that. I mean, he's got no eye on the ball at all, is he? I mean, really? I mean, you're never going to get it, are you, unless you've got a Man City shirt on. But he's got no eye on the ball there. His point is only to take the player down. Joshua Critchley says, I love the streams, Mark. Member on both United Stand and That's Football. Keep at it. Thank you for your support, Joshua. And Hriz says, Maguire being in the lineup added unnecessary pressure on starting De Ligt. Also, Agate played solid last night. He needs to get into an integrated. Thank you very much. Maguire shouldn't be anywhere near the Man United side now. It would be. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you for free. If Ten Hag drops De Ligt for Maguire against Southampton, Ten Hag needs sacking. Not because Maguire. Nothing against Maguire, but if I was Sir Jim Radcliffe and you bring De Ligt into the club for 42 million quid, then you start him against Liverpool, then you drop him for Harry Maguire, I'd be like, are you an absolute prat? Like, what are you actually doing? If you didn't... why did we buy De Ligt if you want to use Maguire who's already here? So, you know, De Ligt's got to play. I thought De Ligt played well against Liverpool as well. I especially loved that yellow card. Maguire needs to play, says Cam. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about Maguire, to be honest. Boring. Why do we always have to bring City into it? Because the City get dodgy penalties and decisions. We all know that. It's a well-known fact. Arsenal get done over all the time. Look at last week. That wouldn't happen to Man City. Are you excited for Gladiator 2? I'll certainly give it a watch. Why is Maguire playing over Stones, says Matt. He'll go back to Stones and Maguire. It might be because how many starts has he actually had for Man City, John Stones? That's a terrible pass, that is. Oh, no, he's got it. New Harry Potter series coming out. What's that all about? We don't want one of them. We don't want one of them. It's going to be a good show on the United Stand tonight. Looking forward to it, actually. Make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock. I've got the topics ready. I've been wandering up all night, trying to find someone to do. Yeah, I'm looking for a familiar place, but there's no one but you. This is torture. This is pain. I tell you what, he's underrated. He's very underrated, in my opinion. Adams, Brian. Chance for Trent to whip a cross in here. Ain't bad. Maguire! Ooh. I tell you what, I was just thinking then, you know, Saturday night I normally would have a takeaway, but we've got the old HelloFresh. Get the orders in. 60% off with your first order and 25% for the next month, 2 months, sorry, and free desserts. Links in the description, scan the QR code. But I was thinking about, what was I thinking about? Hold on a minute, here's Declan Rice. Into Gordon, it's a good pass. He's got the overlap from Grealish, and I thought England were going to construct another good goal there. I'd like to see KB Mainu coming off. Stefan says, Mark, I heard one of your interviews where you mentioned you wanted to form a band. Why don't you do it? I don't think I've got the time. I'd like to do it. I'd love to go around and do some songs. Saka's hardly had a touch, says Tan. Who scored for England? Declan Rice and Jack Grealish. Couldn't write it, could you, if you're Irish? I mean, they were both big topics before the game, and they both go and score. It's one of the reasons you shouldn't boo players. You shouldn't boo opposition players, because the amount of times it motivates them, it ain't even funny. Do you think they'll give him the job, Connor? Mate, I said he was always getting the job. The FA are fucking useless. We just need to hope that Carsley's actually a good coach, because he would have got the job regardless. Here is Saka. People said he's not had a lot of the ball. He's done well here. And wins a corner. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We weren't live when it happened because obviously we've been putting videos up this week about all sorts. We've actually hit 1.25 million on this channel. So I just want to say big thank you to everyone who gets involved with That's Football. Everybody's welcome here, as you know. But we actually hit 1.25 off one of the uploads this week. So some good content going up this week. Villa tickets being overpriced. Salah being disrespected. But we are at 1.25 million, which is, it ain't easy, bruv. You know, some people get very excited about 100k and, you know, fair play for them for that. But 1.25 million, absolutely incredible. Thank you very much for getting involved and subscribing. Everybody's welcome on here, of course. We're going to be very busy after the international break with watch-alongs, by the way. That new Champions League is very interesting. Who do you think is going to win the North London derby, says Mr. Mister. That is not the best time to have a North London derby. First game back after the international break. It's easier for Spurs because they're at home. I'm going to go with a draw in that early days because I don't think Spurs have been that bad. And obviously Arsenal not beating Brighton. I can see a draw in that. But again, I mean, look, the fixture list is the fixture list. You can't change it. But Tottenham against Arsenal, first game back after an international break, is a little bit disappointing. But I suppose in some ways it's quite exciting. Difficult game for United, 12:30 on a Saturday away to Southampton. I mean, we should be winning. And also, unfortunately for Chelsea fans, you've got the dreaded 8 o'clock shift away at Bournemouth. 8 o'clock games on a Saturday I just do not like. I do not like that. But Man City and Liverpool have got perfect games. Home at 3 o'clock against shit. Man City, Brentford, and... sorry, shit's not fair. Liverpool home to Forest and Man City home to Brentford. What I mean is straightforward home wins for Liverpool and Man City. Irish player down here. Baby, when you're gone. It's Seamus Coleman. Oh, I shouldn't be singing that when he's going off injured. Makes it sound, oh no, is he injured? I mean, I just think it's incredible that Seamus Coleman is still playing football. And well done to him. Seems to have been around for bloody ages. But they're subbing him off for O'Brien. Would you rather manage England or Man United? Bloody hell. That's like saying, would you rather have a lasagna or a bowl of dog food? Of course I'd rather manage Man United. Why are you not standing up, says James? I don't know. I've been stood up a lot today, so I just felt like a big sit down. I'll stand up for the 8 o'clock show. Sean says, there's a new series of Brassic coming out soon. England actually playing pretty balanced. Two bad Kanes up front. Otherwise, they'd be looking really good. Sean, I tweeted it earlier on. Harry Kane is a massive problem for England. He doesn't suit the way we need to play. He drops in too deep and he's too slow. And... you know what? We can beat Ireland and Greece and Finland and everybody else that's not a top 10 side. But when we play the top 10 teams in the world, Harry Kane's inability to get in behind will kill us. you need to have a striker in the modern game that can get in behind and is mobile, and he isn't. He's a luxury that we can't afford, and it's so bloody obvious, and we saw it in the Euros. So if Lee Carsley's got anything about him, he will need to get Harry Kane out of the team, but I don't think they will. That's a lovely bit of play. Oh, I tell you what, that's the best thing Ireland have done all game. Cut back. Pickford was beaten. He's got to put this on target. You can put your head in your hands and say it's close, but it's not. If you don't hit the target, you may as well hit the corner flag. But it was good play, and guess who it was again? Ogbeni, best player for Ireland by an absolute mile. In fact, so good he's going to get a tweet. He's really stood out. England are playing well. Hate to say it, Declan Rice has been superb. Southgate is a nightmare on Elm Street, says Constantine. How would you compare Southgate and the coach today? Do they play better? What's your take? Well, in fairness, Southgate was an absolute bloody nightmare. But I think comparing Southgate to Carsley when Southgate was playing Spain and, you know, decent nations, this is England against Ireland. It's a complete and utter mismatch. Fairway 5 says, how are you doing on Super 6, Mark? I haven't actually looked. I think I've had 2 bad weeks, but I will be back. You could do an Oasis cover band, says Pablo. Have seen Rooney's goal, Danny. It was very good. What do you think about Chris in Mr. Beast Tyson's situation? Amal, you may as well have been speaking in a foreign language because I have got no knowledge of it, so I can't comment on it at all. Ireland deserve a goal, says Shirley. You deserve nothing in football, Shirley. You get what you deserve in football. Lots of people agreeing with me on Harry Kane. Look, Harry Kane is a world-class striker. I've always said that. But the way he plays doesn't suit the way England want to play. He's too slow. And we've got to be very careful with Harry Kane that it doesn't become a vanity project where the reputation of Kane overtakes what's best for England. Because I get it with Portugal and Ronaldo. He's one of the greatest players that's ever played the game. And I just think with Portugal, they probably would be better off without another chance for Ireland. Shoots over the bar. You know, I think Portugal would be a better footballing side if they put Jota up front instead of Ronaldo. But Ronaldo is one of the greatest players ever played the game. He, you know, and Portugal obviously just they can't stop using him, and I get that. But with England and Harry Kane, he ain't Ronaldo. I know who Mr. Beast is, but I don't know what the drama is. Neil Roy, thank you very much for your super chat. Mainu is a 6 is suicidal against top teams, says Oddie. There's only one player that can replace Kane, though, to be fair. I mean, Ivan Toney's not even in the squad. Watkins is injured, so... But look, if Lee Carsley's all about the football, he'll drop Kane. It's the most obvious thing to do. You put Watkins up front. Oh, what's wrong with Carsley? Has he got a sore throat? Look like a strepsil, that. The ITV commentator said Carsley should get the job. Mate, I gave up listening to mainstream punditry a long time ago. It's absolute shite. They treat fans like idiots and do very little research. Carsley will get the job, and I hope he does well at the job, but he shouldn't have got the job. I hope he does well, but he shouldn't have got the job. That shouldn't have been England's response. Oh my God, what are we doing here? If Ireland, I tell you what, if Ireland could finish, it'd be 2-1. England have actually been pretty shit the last 5 minutes. Trent's been sloppy second half, says Order. Ireland were the first team to beat England in 1949, says Punch Paint. Can you remember it? Ireland have got no end product. Well, they won't have, though, will they? They haven't got the quality of players that England have got. Biggin says, you can't claim Carsley shouldn't get the job. I just did. You're not listening to me. If Carsley gets the job and does well, well done. But the point is, the FA would have given him the job whether he was shit or good. They haven't given him the job because he's an up-and-coming manager that might play well. They've given him the job because he's from internal, cheaper, and they can control him. That's what the FA do. They never go for the right option. What they should have done is put the job out and interviewed the best candidates for the job and, you know, gone for the best candidate. What they've gone for is the under-21 coach because they want to get somebody from inside. They might get lucky. Carsley might do well. I hope he does. But what I'm saying is, I'm not judging Carsley. I'm judging the FA. Their recruitment process is shit, and it always has been shit. It's exactly what happened with Ollie Raz. Man United never should have given Ollie the job. They should have gone out and got the best you can get. But the FA won't do that because they're probably thinking if we can save a bit of money on Carsley, that's a little bit more money in the coffers for us. If we had Scott, we would have won all three. Sell Martial, says Mohammed. Don't know what you're talking about. Bravo says no Jack at the World Cup was criminal. Do you know it was the Euros? And I hope you're not talking about Grealish. What do I think about Osman's Galatasaray, says Tan? I think it's a weird situation, you know. I really do. I think I don't know where it all went wrong. Is my honest answer. I don't know why it happened, and I don't know what went wrong. The season before last, he was one of the best strikers in the world for a Napoli team that was flying high. Rose says, back to the lifestyle chat. Do you feel like Ireland has changed much since you lived there back in the day? Oh, massively. It's so diverse now. I mean, look, I lived there in 2000 and a couple of years either side. And when I was back there last year doing the shows and that, it's cosmopolitan now. There's just so many. It's like a mini London, and it wasn't that one. It wasn't like that when I lived there. I mean, it was in the summer because you get a load of tourists coming in, but it's very multicultural. Back to the lifestyle. There we go. Do you think Ireland's best team was 2002? Says Keith. I don't know. I mean, they did very well in Italia 90. Apparently there's lots of crime in Ireland now. Ireland have played well in the last 10 minutes. There's no two ways about it. England could do with the third goal just to... Lovely play by Saka. That'll be a yellow card there as well. For Brady. Is that Robbie Brady? You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Where are they? How are these players still playing? Is he still playing? It is. No, he's only 32. Is it North Preston North End? He's only 32, to be fair. I thought he was about... I couldn't believe it was him for a minute. Like Ian Wright. I thought he was dead. I thought his career was dead. I was looking at that. I was like Ian Wright on that clip. I thought he was dead. I thought he'd retired a long time ago. He's younger than I thought. No Slide says, our national team proves that there really is a country for old men. Here's Grealish into Gordon. Good shot. Kelleher gets hold down of it. Kelleher's better than Pickford. There you go. He's definitely had a better game, even though he's conceded a couple of goals. Baby, when you're gone. Mark, if I had a penny for every time you use the slot in joke for Arnie, I'd have like £6, says Big Man. Thank you, pal. Cameron says, I haven't watched the game. How's Carsley doing so far? Mate, I really, if I'm going to be completely blunt, I don't buy into Carsley ball or Southgate ball or anything. It's international football. They get together for a week. They play a couple of games, then they don't see each other for another month. Sometimes 3 months. It's not going to be prime Pep, but what it will be is better, because the way Southgate played football was shite. So we should see better football. But I think if you're South American or any other nation where you really embrace your international football, you're very lucky, because it's a tough wank, international football, for me. I don't think I'll do England Finland on Tuesday. I mean, if I'm really bored, I might do it, but I'll probably do it actually, because I'll be so bored. But it's hard work. It is hard work. I prefer the chats more than the match. They're in again here. Ogbeni. He's in the box. He does well. He's got it on the edge. He's been their best player. Evan Ferguson's on now as well, I think. Or is he? No, here's Gordon on the break. He's got to look to Trent. He's not going to look for Trent. He should have looked for Trent there. Should have looked for Trent. Can we replace Rashford with Berbatov, says FKKX? Either or, Ashley Young or Seamus Coleman should spend. Right now, definitely Seamus Coleman. Oh, yeah, I agree, Apex. I think Ogbeni has been easily their best player. He's got it again here. He plays a crap cross. That's what happens when you start saying players are good, doing well. Xerxes and De Ligt are starting for the Dutch, says Arturo. Is Koeman still in charge? Why has he done that? Yeah, he's playing crap now, Ogbeni. As soon as we started saying he's playing well, he's playing shit now. Enter the Void says, bring on Angel Gomez. Well, we've still got 20 minutes. I just need a stretch. Kane can't keep up with the play. I do worry about Kane actually, fitness-wise, because 2 years until the World Cup, he's playing in a league that's not as intense as the Premier League. And he looked really off the pace in the Euros. And I think it was because he'd had an injury, but he's looked off the pace again today. I mean, look at that sprint. He makes no ground. Kane off the ball there has just sprinted for the penalty box. And the Irish centre-backs are there, and he made no ground on them at all. So I don't know whether he's in the right league, really. Because he does look slow again. Chris says, offer a couple of pints after the match, Mark. What's your tipple? Well, I've got to do the 8 o'clock United Stand show. I think I might go down the pub tomorrow, actually. Pre-8 o'clock, early evening. Gordon is Scottish, says Zeet. Any positives from the game, says Ataba? I think England were good in the first half. I think second half it's become a little bit about... It's been a bit sloppy in the second half, to be honest. I mean, that's a terrible ball by Trent. England have been very, very disappointing in the second half, to be fair. Very, very sloppy. I don't think Ireland have got the quality to actually put the ball in the back of the net, but if they did... But everybody's regressed. I mean, Anthony Gordon second half, Trent second half, Grealish second half. Not been anywhere near as good as they were in the first. I'm going to get me a drink. Substitution for Ireland. They're bringing on John Aldridge. It's a double substitution for Ireland. We've got John Aldridge and Kevin Kilban coming on. I mean, John Aldridge would shock me, but Kevin Kilban coming on with Rory Delap would not surprise me tonight. Didn't watch the game. Okay, we've done that one. Thank you very much. England have not made any subs, says Dina. Delap isn't rated, says Sausage. I mean, I was joking. He's surely retired. You know, the one who did the throw-in. Whenever you say Ogbeni, it just makes me think of brunch and eggs Benedict, says Nick P. I must be getting hungry. I'm starving. I was just going in there. I could smell dinner as well. Lovely stuff. Yeah, don't forget to check that out. HelloFresh, I really like the food, and you can get 60% off your first box delivered to your door and 25% off for the next 2 months and free desserts. All the ingredients delivered to your door and your little cards telling you what to do exclusively for you with the code TF6025. What is for dinner, says NK? You're going to get me in trouble, but I am genuinely having this. Pesto chicken. And there's all the instructions on the back. Mark, I do like food anyway. I mean, we all need it to eat, but I do like food. I even like, you know, like I even get suggested when I go on like Instagram and that reels like food. Here we go, Gibbs White for Grealish. Mark, if we don't win against Southampton, says Olmo, don't be making excuses. He needs Ten Hag to be sacked. All right, Olmo. All right, chill out. Chill out. Take a breath. I'd like to have seen Kobe Mainoo coming off. Angel Gomez is coming on. I've got to say, Angel Gomez in the England squad really surprised me. It is Mainoo coming off, that's good. Angel Gomez really surprised me getting in this England squad because Anthony Gordon's coming off as well. I just don't notice French football enough to know what he's been up to. Eze comes on as well, so 3 exciting substitutions. But I genuinely don't know how well he's doing or anything, so it's going to be very interesting to see if he can keep his England place in the future as well. But hopefully this will give England a bit of impetus. Very small Angel Gomez. What's your thoughts on a Chinese takeaway, says Lewis? If it's the right one, you can't go wrong. Amal says, which player have you found as a young prodigy early on and had a decent career? Well, I haven't found anybody because I'm not a scout. But I've certainly witnessed a few young players starting out. You know, people think Beckham and Scholes and Butt and everybody just appeared in the season we won the double as kids, but they were actually playing sporadically for years before that. Here's Ireland on the attack again. Senior Goldbridge alleged for Newport County. Then it all went downhill, says Masha. Yeah, I think we were all on the Wayne Rooney one as well, Lex, weren't we? I mean, literally scored on his debut against Arsenal at 16 years of age, wasn't he? So, I mean, I thought a lot of them, you know. Played against Gibbs' white dad at school and he owned me, says Oddie. Here's Kane. Our players are not playing for him. I've had enough, says Olmo. Angel Gomez is so small. He is small, and he's a player who on the pitch looks small. You very rarely notice how small a player is when you're watching it on the telly, but he is very small. You know, like when you play FIFA and you can make the smallest player? He looks like one of those. I don't know how tall he actually is, but I'm gonna have to Google this now. I'd say he's 5'5". 5'6". Same size as Messi. Same size as Messi. Then Messi's 5'6", isn't he? Hey, doesn't matter how big it is. Doesn't matter how big it is. It's what you do with it. Well, we've got about 10 minutes left here. I think England will be fine, but you never know in football if they could find one and that's a cross and it's not dealt with, but they've managed to get rid of it. If Ireland could just scrap one in, and I tell you what, I think they'd be very happy with this second half because I felt it could have easily gone, you know, 4 or 5 for England, but they've just not really clicked second half in relation to creating good chances. Evan Ferguson's coming on. This is Derek. Been injured for a long time, hasn't he? I thought Robbie Brady only just came on. They're not subbing the sub, are they? Nah, that can't be right. He can't be subbing the sub. He must have started. Lineups. I'm sure he started. Yeah. He did. Ferguson on then. Need to see the resurgence of Evan Ferguson this season. Brighton have had a good start to the season. Still a very young player. Had a bit of an off season last year with injury as well. Got to launch this into the box, surely. Here's Kane. foul. How old's Harry Kane? Harry Kane, 32, 31, 31. He's only just 31. Won't be 32 until next summer. That's a nasty kick to the ankle, though. I'm starving. I'm absolutely starving. John Stones and Jared Bowen coming on. Portugal versus Scotland tomorrow. Scooby-Doo. Ronaldo. On the countdown to 1,000. Kane's coming off. Going to give it to John Stones, apparently. The captain's armband. Declan Rice didn't want it. Five minutes of normal time. Harry Maguire comes off. Well, Ireland will be very happy with this second half. Keeping it down to 2-0 and actually playing probably better than England. But, of course, the biggest issue here has been the inability to... oh, good shot by Bowen. Good save by Kelleher. And I'd say for Ireland, man of the match is either Ogbeni or Kelleher. But the quality for Ireland has been the problem tonight, which many of us would have predicted anyway. They just don't have the volume of talent that England have got. And that's the question for Ireland. Can they do that again? Size matters not. Modric, Iniesta, Xavi are better than most midfielders in history, says Nico. Our players are not playing for him. Okay, that was from Olmo. Bowen's on fire, says Shirley. Saka playing the full 90 again, says Ack. He'll probably rotate it on Tuesday against Finland, though, won't he? I don't think he's going to get anybody to play 2 games in a row. Here's Ogboni again. I don't know with Ireland. I mean, you know, the kids need to be out down the local parks playing football, being coached better. Declan Rice has just done something there. I think he's all right. I'm surprised nobody's clattered Declan Rice. He'd be a fan favourite forever if you did that. Not saying they should do that. Squint says Kane is a substitute at best. Sorry to say, but he's totally dropped off. Here's Saka down the right hand side. Super says, do you agree with Crystal Palace's surprise that no one came in for Eze? Well, it suggests that Crystal Palace wanted to sell or were open to selling him. What a ball by Trent again into Rice. It suggests that Crystal Palace were open to selling Eze and then the offers didn't come in. He just shot over the bar there. I wasn't surprised that no one came in for Eze, actually, because I think the transfer window was shocking. I don't think anybody had a lot of money. I think last season, Eze you'd have got your offers, but there was a 800 million reduction in spending compared to the previous year. So I think that I just don't think people had the money to go and do the deals that maybe they would have previously done. So and who's going to sign Eze? It's not going to be Man City, and if it's going to be an Arsenal or a Spurs or a Man United, you're going to have to spend 60, 70 million, and I just don't think clubs have got that to spend at the moment. Joe Perry says that Grealish is worse than Rice. Grealish acted Irish, even online. Rice we knew would change to England, and rightly because he's certain to start. Grealish not. He'd have more caps with Ireland. Ooh, Joe. Adair says, I think Ireland's main sport is river dancing. Well, I tell you what, if you want to get in the mood, that's Eurovision performance of river dance. Oh. Brilliant. Hurling's our main sport, says Dara. You know what? I lived in Ireland for 3.5 years. I never watched one match of hurling. Even my mates over there used to play it, and I just never watched it. Infinite Plays, love the content, keep it up. Thanks, pal. Don't forget the 8 o'clock show tonight on United Stand if you fancy a bit of stand-up chat. We'll be talking, got a good show tonight, actually. I don't want to give too much away, but ex-United legend. He's not an ex-legend. Ex-player legend. Slams Ten Hag's transfers. Zach says, have you ever heard Grealish talk? He's as English as you get. He's a proper Brummie. He definitely is. Bobby says, bit of a painful match. International football for you, mate. You pretend to like it. It's like Easter compared to Christmas. You know, you pretend to like Easter because it's time off, but it ain't Christmas. And the international break is not football. It's better than nothing, but it ain't football. But I wanted to watch this because Ireland-England actually has a bit of a... It's like England-Scotland, isn't it? You'd watch it because there's a bit of a rivalry there, but the skill gap is massive. I mean, look at the players that England have brought on. Eze, Gomez, Bowen, Stones, Gibbs-White. They'd all be Ireland's best players. I mean, bloody hell, look at the players that don't get picked for England. They'd be Ireland's best players. Who is that Pratt on the back post diving? There's no one near you, mate. You can't dive when there's no one near. Lim says, okay. Michael says, you missed out, Mark. Hurling is fantastic to watch. It's the sticks and the way they go like that with the stick and then they move it along. I just don't understand the travelling in it. You know, like how you can... It's a bit like Gaelic football as well, you know, when you can just do that little knock and then run. It's just... I just don't know how the referees actually officiate that. I might actually watch one now I'm a bit older. DJ says the UEFA Nations League should be boycotted. I don't even understand its relevance. I genuinely don't understand what it's for. I just don't understand it. It's a glorified friendly league, isn't it, really? Rice into Saka. Could it be 3? No, good block. And keeper gets rid of it. 5 minutes added on, ref. Come on. We've got food to eat. Is Palmer top 3 English midfielders? Is great. I don't know how you're able to put that in so regularly. So you're going on a timeout for 5 minutes. I don't know why I keep seeing that message again and again and again. It's weird, YouTube. There's meant to be a gap between how often you can post. Have you watched the new Alien film, Mark? It was very good. Very good. Chasing is having a burger. Empty seats everywhere, says Bill. Oh, they want to get in the pub. Pubs are going to be packed. Here's Saka. He's in down the right-hand side. He's surely going to score. Oh, good save by Kelleher. He's had a good game. He's had a good game. And then Eze heads it over the bar. I mean, Saka is onside there. I mean, Kelleher needs to be playing some first-team football. What's he doing at Liverpool? Is he going on loan? Do you think Rashford will ever play for England again? Says the bold blogger. I think if Rashford turns the light on and starts scoring goals, he'll get in the England team. Yeah. Seamus says fuck Grealish and Rice. They're turncoats. Well, Kelleher Liverpool have bought that other goalkeeper, haven't they? So you'd think that Kelleher would have gone on loan. Eze's won it back in the box, but they've still got it with Angel Gomez, and that's a foul. Must be hard being a goalkeeper, third choice. You know, you're playing a game like this, a lot of people see it and go, he's a good goalkeeper, but then he's locked in with Liverpool now for the next 4 months, hardly playing. Oh, the keeper that Liverpool signed doesn't come till next season, says Addy. Oh, thank you very much. Didn't realise that. NK loves its EastEnders. Hey, someone's got to, mate. Colwell's played well, says LFE. How did you rate Trent's performance today, says Shin. Look, I thought first half, Gordon, Trent, very, very good. Even Grealish, very good. Second half, England were a little bit off. But how's Ashley Cole got a job here again? He gets a bloody job everywhere. Where was Ashley Cole? Wasn't he at Derby County with Rooney? Then wasn't he at Birmingham City with Rooney as well? Now he's at England. He gets a job everywhere, he does. Okay, thanks everyone for tuning in. Not the best game. Honestly, not the best game. Bit of a filler. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Not a lot to get excited about there. We'll keep it up in the air whether we're going to do Finland. It's Finland, England on Tuesday, or cut the grass. I'll have to wait and see. But thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. That'll be a better show. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you all in a bit. I'm starving. I've got to get some food.